Here are a few books that I refuse to hear criticism on. I love these books with my whole heart and don't criticize them. In this pile we have 3 fantasies and 1 historical fiction. We'll start with the odd one now. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I am obsessed with this book. This book made me feel so many emotions. I got so attached to the characters. The story has so many plot twists that honestly I just couldn't see coming. And I bawled my eyes out at the end of this book, mainly because it was over and I couldn't read it anymore. But if anyone criticizes this book, I swear, I wouldn't understand. It's perfect. A Dance of Thieves. I love this book so much. Yes, it is worth all the hype that it gets. It is incredible. The world building is wonderful. The characters are just so great. The fantasy romance in here is just, I could not get enough. Once Upon a Broken Heart. Honestly, this book took me by surprise. I did not think I was going to love it as much as I did. But oh my gosh, the world is so magical and wonderful. That's the best way I can describe it. It's like fairy tale-esque romance in there, and the characters are so lovable, and oh my gosh, this book is incredible, and I will not receive any criticism on this. I know there is some out there, but please don't comment it on my video. I saved the best for last. The Six of Crows duology, but specifically Crooked Kingdom. I love Six of Crows, of course, as well, but for some reason this seemed even better to me. I think it was just because the found family, the characters in this, I just got so connected to. And oh my gosh, I cried my eyes out at the end. But oh, I love this book with everything in me. I think it is perfect. It is the best fantasy, well, one of the best fantasy books I have ever read. There may be a part 2 to this video. I have so many books that I love endlessly. Hi, these are a few fantasy books that I recommend to read if you are new to the fantasy genre, and that are just some of my all-time favorites. Shadow and Bone. I'm sure you've heard of it, and for good reason. It is a great introduction to fantasy and has wonderful world building, great characters, a small bit of romance in there as well, and it's just a very easy, light to read. Throne of Glass. If you like Throne of Glass, well, it's never-ending recommendations from then on. If you like it, you're in the fantasy world, you really can't leave. It's a great introduction. It's a very easy read, a strong female protagonist, which I always love. Next is Lord of the Rings, and I know this is going to be a bit of a controversial opinion, but I read it as one of my first books into the fantasy world, and it honestly sparked my love for fantasy. It is such a beautifully written book, and the world building is absolutely incredible. It's unmatched to anything I've read before or after. It's a bit of a harder read though, so if you're in the mood for something light, probably not the way to go, but if you're in for some incredible characters and worlds, then please read. Lastly is Shadow Me. I feel like this is a lot of people's kind of first dip into fantasy books, and for a good reason. An easy read, an addictive storyline, great romances, love triangles that just keep you wanting to read and read and read. So if you kind of want to dip your toes into some light fantasy, I definitely recommend Shadow. These are a few fantasy series that I am dying to finish this year. I've been putting Shadow Me off and off and off, and I finally read the first book and I'm halfway through the second, and it has astounded me. It is so much better than I thought it was going to be. And I am hooked, so I will be finishing this very soon, I imagine. I'm obsessed. Another familiar favourite, I read Dance of Thieves last month and was absolutely obsessed with it. The world, the characters, they're so incredible, and I just got so immersed in this book and honestly didn't want to leave it, but of course this was sold out everywhere, so I've only just gotten this, Vow of Thieves, and I cannot wait to finish it. The next one is Once Upon a Broken Heart. I cannot wait to finish this series. Well, the last one isn't out yet, but I cannot wait to read the next one in this book. I've heard incredible things about the next one, and this one was good enough, so I'm very excited. I rated this one 5 stars. I read the first few books in this series like 2 years ago, and then for some reason just stopped. I don't know why. So I am going to reread the first few books and then finish the rest of the series, and I cannot wait. I honestly just want an excuse to immerse myself in this world again, so I'm very excited about that. And that's it for now. Well, there's a lot more, but we'll get into it later.
So I'm just sitting down to plan out the month of May, and I feel like I have to approach it really differently this month because my head has just been so all over the place and so jumbled up lately. So I'm kind of just gonna let myself do it naturally and not have it so structured. Okay, so I kind of just started with writing like random words that would come to mind when I was picturing what I wanted the month of May to look like for me. I'll give you a couple. So I wrote bright, calm, grounded, laughter, the way cafe music makes you feel, breathe it in, not sure what that means, and content. And then I kind of just looked at it and picked like 1 or 2 words that describe all of those, and I came up with present and patient. So I think those are kind of going to be like my focus for the month and like the theme of like May. Okay, and now I'm just coming up with different ways I can practice patience and presence every day. I want to make sure I fill the summer with good memories and things that I love to do and really make the most of this summer. So I thought I would start day 1 with a little vlog. So come with me to a couple craft stores because I'm starting a little knitting project that I'm really excited about. Yeah, let's go. This is a Taylor Swift only drive today. 'Cause I can't help it if you look like an angel. Can't help it if I wanna kiss you in the rain. So we got all 3 color small knitting needles, and I picked up some journals. So I got a white one. I'm gonna use this for manifestation, and then this black one I'm gonna give to my boyfriend for the same thing. This one, this bigger one, and I'm gonna make it into like a project gift for my goddaughter.
I have book mail for the first time in like 3 months, so let's go. Also, comment your current read. I'm curious as to how many of you fools have lost your love for fantasy. Peep evermore in the background. Okay, so it's from the novel box, and it's signed by Carrie Maniscalco. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay, so in case you don't know, I have an excessive tote collection. I actually have 14 and they're all on my floor right there. But I got a tote. It's so cute. Thanks. I got a candle, 3 bookmarks, one of which are signed by Carrie Maniscalco. Be jealous. And I got a ring, but I definitely lost it today at the bookstore. I got a pin, Kingdom of the Wicked in paperback, Girls of Paper and Fire, The Demon King, and best of all, a 3rd copy of Kingdom of the Curse. I have too many copies. I don't care.
Here is my May TBR. I'm not the fastest reader, so it's only 4 books. Let's go. First up, The Wind-Up Bird Chronicle. I've already started it, and this fiction book is magical realism. Next, An Unwanted Guest. This is a mystery thriller book. The Course of Love. This is a romance and psychology book. And for my last book, I need you guys to help me pick because I have 3 of probably the most popular BookTok books, and I don't know which one to start with. So let me know, should I start with A Song of Achilles, Court of Thorns and Roses, or of course, Addie LaRue? Which one should I read first? So I only annotate some books, just the ones that I really like or that I find have a lot of deeper meaning. And when I realize I want to annotate a book, I basically just start off with just tabbing different pages, and what I look for when I tab depends on the book. So I make each tab color different based off the book I'm reading, and I just put a key in the front of the book and describe what the tabs mean. Some of the common things I highlight using the tabs are just really important plot points in the book, moments that I really enjoyed, and even just moments that the author wrote really well and was really poetic. And then I only go in with the clear sticky notes and highlighting and writing in the book when I'm actually rereading it to annotate it, and that's where I'll like analyze it further once I know how the book ends and the whole plot of it. I think everyone annotates pretty differently, but the main reasons I do it are just to either understand the book more or to remember certain things that I really enjoyed. And once you start to do it more, you'll kind of create your own system for it.
You swing for a different team, but you still play ball, don't you, Danny boy?
You're a horrible person.
I know, it keeps me awake at night.
What do you mean, no?
I mean, no. You want to hear it in Spanish? No.
I'm 147 pounds of pale skin and fragile bone, okay? Sarcasm is my only defense. You called the police before you called me?
I'm supposed to call you first when I find a dead body?
Yes! Now, what should we do about the 20-foot wall of windows?
Dead body?
No, a body of water. Yes, dumbass, a dead body. It's Biles. Call me Biles or I swear to God I'll kill you. Depends on how you define lying.
Well, I define it as not telling the truth. How do you define it?
Reclining your body in a horizontal position.
He's failing 2 classes. He's a little socially awkward, and if you look close enough, his jawline's kind of uneven.
What's wrong with him?
What's wrong with him? Do I have a PhD in lycanthropy? How am I supposed to know that?
You faint at the sight of blood?
No, but I might at the sight of a chopped off arm.
Alright, day 2 of filling the summer with little things to bring happiness. We're gonna go to a garden center today because I have a little vase that I want to fill with like a cactus or something. So let's get ready. Okay, so I'm gonna wear these Levi cutoffs that I thrifted, but it's kind of cold, so also gonna throw on a sweater. Okay, this is the fit. Nice and easy and comfy, and then I got my bag with like my journal and book and mask and everything in there. They didn't have any small plants, like little plants, so I think I'm just gonna go sit by the water and read and journal a bit instead today. Okay, I think I found a pretty good spot for today.
Paradise, beautiful parking lot. I'm all that I belong to. I can still hear you saying you would never break the chain. Now with you, all I get is wild thoughts. I don't care, no peace thinking about her. Here I'm at can I sail through the changing ocean tide?
This is a really great question, and there's about 3 different types of books that I like to annotate. The first being books that I'm kind of confused by and want to analyze. So this is a magical realism book, and I annotated it like crazy because it's very confusing and I wanted to understand it further. And this is also an analysis kind of in itself, so I wanted to analyze it as well. As you can see, I didn't use sticky tabs, but I kind of just wrote all over it. Next are nonfiction books, so any books like these. I'm learning a lot of lessons in nonfiction books, and I kind of want to just make notes on them. And the third type of book that I like to annotate are just my favorite books. So these 2 are my top 2 books ever, and when I reread them, I annotate them just so I can dive deeper into the story that I already know so well and love. Okay, another thing that I'm going to write out before May starts is 3 things I want to do in May that are non-negotiable and not for productivity. These are just solely because I want to and just for pure enjoyment. Okay, so the 3 things I came up with were wake up for the sunrise at least twice, have a bonfire with my family, and read a book in a day. I've literally never done this and I've always wanted to, so I'm going to dedicate one whole day to just finishing a book. Yeah, so I don't know. I just think it's really important to take some time to do stuff that you want for absolutely no reason other than just because you want to. Especially now that school's done and it's the summer. I think it's really good to take advantage of that and just do it for you. So I only have 3 books that Harry Styles has recommended. The first one I read was In Watermelon Sugar. It's really cute, really good. It's a short book, and it's kind of like poetry. The next one is The Course of Love, and I actually haven't read this. I just got this yesterday, but I have really high hopes, and it's supposed to be really good. And then The Wind-Up Bird Chronicle, I'm currently reading right now, and it is so good so far. It's really detailed and really vivid imagery, so I think it's going to be really good. And Harry Styles has also recommended other books by the same author. So those are the 3 that I have. I do plan on probably reading all of the ones that he's recommended at some point. So if you guys want me to make a little TikTok about all the rest that he's mentioned and recommended, let me know and I can do that. If you're on BookTok, you've probably seen people with the Imposia reading blankets, and they just sent me one, but I haven't seen anyone with this design yet, so we're going to do a little unboxing. So it comes packed in this cute little pillowcase. I think this is going to match my neutrals aesthetic pretty nicely. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm going to be doing my reading in this. I'm going to be doing my journaling in this. I won't take it off. I'll stand up to show the whole thing. There is a link in my bio for 10% off if you guys are interested, so go check them out. Thank you, Imposia.